What is up, guys? Flappy Chicken 3 here, and in this video, we are doing the Raw review for the 5/23/16 episode of Raw. And usually, I'd be accompanied by Nick Overboard, but he is not here, and I cannot get in touch with him right now. And he has done his own Raw review already, so we're going alone. Now, disclaimer, this time there will be no internet failure. There will be no 45-minute episode. We are just going to run through Raw and explain it a bit. So, Seth Rollins returned to Raw. Oh, also, I did not watch the first hour of Raw, so I'm going by Twitter and what I've already seen and stuff. So, Seth Rollins returning to Raw. He's heel. He's a heel, which kind of makes sense, cause he's always been a heel, and that's how he's been so popular, cause he's a heel. And WWE wants Roman to be face, so they're gonna make Rollins. So Rollins, of course, has to be heel. I guess. Rollins, from what I heard, did a really good job as a heel. Trash talking the fans about throwing away their get well soon letters and setting them on fire. That sounds like good old Seth Rollins. And I heard about Seth Rollins trying to hug Stephanie backstage, but Stephanie saying that the business relationship has changed, which I mean that's fine. It's fine. Also, I'd like to say this Raw was really good. So yeah, and so next, Sami Zayn apparently defeated Sheamus to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, which will consist of 7 competitors from what I've seen. 7. So 5 have already qualified. Alright, so Sami Zayn, I heard it was a match. I didn't really hear anything about it except Sami won. I'm glad Sami wins because nobody likes Sheamus. Sheamus sucks. All that stuff. And then the New Day defeats the Social Outcasts. They actually had a match? I didn't know they had a match. I'm going by WWE.com. It says they had a match. Okay, I thought it was just a beatdown with cake. I didn't look much into that because I wasn't there. I wasn't there to see it. But what I did see, pretty much half of, is Cesaro defeating The Miz to qualify for the Money in the Bank tournament. From what I saw, it was a pretty good match. I liked that match. And Cesaro coming out with the win using the neutralizer, and Cesaro couldn't hit the swing. That's nice selling by Cesaro. Still selling that shoulder injury. And now Cesaro gets a title shot at SmackDown, which we all know The Miz is gonna win, right? It's kind of not a debate anymore. It's just since Cesaro is in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I don't think Cesaro's gonna go into the Money in the Bank ladder match as the Intercontinental Champion, because I want the Intercontinental Championship to be defended on the Money in the Bank show, which The Miz can defend against Zack Ryder or something. That'd be nice. All right, so next, Chris Jericho versus Apollo Crews. Now, Apollo Crews, I don't know. I'm losing interest in him. Apollo Crews right now is more boring than Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin's getting put in that feud with Ziggler still, which is annoying. But yeah, Apollo Crews is losing. Like, I'm about to not be a fan of him if he just all he does is smile, say, "Oh, I'm happy to be a wrestler. Oh my gosh, oh, I'm so happy I'm gonna beat Chris Jericho." Plus, alright, so Apollo Crews defeated Chris Jericho. Then Apollo Crews defeats a legend. Who cares if he has thumbtacks in his back? Then Apollo Crews defeats a legend, a future Hall of Famer in WWE. And Apollo Crews is not at that level yet. So why would Apollo Crews win? Chris Jericho wins, and I like the little bandages on his back from the thumbtacks, which I loved the thumbtacks Extreme Rules. I'm not sure if I emphasized that a lot on the Extreme Rules review, but I loved it. So then Big Cass defeats Bubba Ray because Devon's at ringside, but at the beginning Big Cass reveals Enzo Amore. Woo! I'm so happy for Enzo Amore coming back, and because I was so scared for Enzo once when he got that concussion at Payback. I'm so happy that 3 weeks later he comes back and looking all good. He's his attire is pretty nice, and Enzo's all pumped up. I'm just happy for him. So then Charlotte dismissed Ric Flair. That segment seemed a little too long to me. I mean, it was just too long, and Ric Flair, too much crying. Just get out, please. I get what they're trying to tell, and I like it. It's just, please, just hurry it up a little bit. It's just slow and boring. But yeah, Charlotte says that she can do everything by herself, and Ric Flair can watch Charlotte on TV and stuff, and Ric Flair's crying, and oh, okay. Ambrose defeats Ziggler to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Yeah, nothing much to say there. I mean, Ambrose, it's just Ambrose. Ambrose did it. I don't think, to my knowledge, there wasn't any interference with Baron Corbin, but Ziggler was telling Corbin to watch Ziggler's match to see a true amateur wrestling match, which it was pretty much a wrestling match, and it was enjoyable. But the main event, something I enjoyed, the best match on the show, Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. So we start with AJ Styles coming out, and as AJ Styles comes out, he's talking about how if the club didn't interfere, if the Usos didn't interfere, AJ would be champ. So then the Gallows and Anderson come out, and they ask AJ why he's saying this and stuff like that, and then the club breaks up, and so Gallows and Anderson leave the ring, and then Kevin Owens comes out, and then they have their match, which was phenomenal. It was really good. I mean, I expected a Finn Balor debut, or the club or Gallows and Anderson interfering in the match, but hey, clean finishes on Raw, thanks. And Kevin Owens is in the main event. Oh, Kevin Owens is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm excited. So we got in the ladder match Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. And I like all these men. It's gonna be an exciting Money in the Bank ladder match. And I also forgot to say how Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns is happening at Money in the Bank. That match was made by Shane McMahon, who came out at the beginning of the show. I forgot to mention that. But I'm already excited for Money in the Bank, and I gotta make an announcement. I will be at the Go Home show for Money in the Bank in New Orleans. What day is that? Money in the Bank. Hold on, let me look at my calendar for a second. Um, so the Raw is June 13th, and Money in the Bank is June 19th. So I'll be at the Go Home show for Money in the Bank. Yeah, I get to see. I'm already excited for Money in the Bank. Hopefully, going to the Go Home show of Money in the Bank live is gonna extremely boost me wanting to see Money in the Bank. I'm pretty sure Money in the Bank is gonna be really good. Really good. And I don't even have predictions yet on who's gonna win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because we've got two more men. One of them better be Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt better be in that Money in the Bank ladder match. Because Bray needs a push. Man, he has been buried and all that. And Bray injuring himself. It's just not been a good few. It hasn't been a good run for the Wyatt family. Like ever since when was it? Ever since maybe the whole I can't even tell the first, like, I mean, 2013 the Whites were really good. They were really good, but somewhere around 2014-15 is when the White family was like, no, correct me on that. 2014 the Whites were really good. And then like 2015, somewhere around the Undertaker feud, the Whites have just been boring. Nothing's happening. I mean, push the Wyatt family. Man, that's just, it annoys me right now. But, alright, we're going to end this review on this note. And like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all later in the next video. And remember, you are welcome.